Hello everyone, welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we have an Age of Sigmar battle report for you. It is between the Skaven, my mate Jed is bringing over his Skaven to come play, and I'm using my beloved Scourge Privateers in Cities of Sigmar for the first time in Warhammer Age of Sigmar 3rd edition. We're going to be playing the scenario Rising Power, which is effectively like the Age of Sigmar 3 version of shifting objectives. If you've seen sort of how the objectives work in Warhammer Age of Sigmar 3.0 with the general missions, it's instead of counting as 3 victory points, it counts as 2 objectives for the sake of who gets points across the table. So you either get 2 points or much easier get the 3 points for controlling more than your opponent in this scenario. Anyway, we're going to be playing 1,000 points on the recommended game board size for that size game. I'm going to be using Cities of Sigmar Anvilgard, as mentioned, versus a Skaven clan Pestilens army from my mate Jed. You've seen on the channel before. Let's get into those armies, though. And so here is our Cities of Sigmar army. We're going to be playing in the Anvilgard sub-faction today. So our general is going to be the Lockyer Fellheart model for a Blackheart Fleetmaster. And we're going to have the command trait Blackfang Crime Lord, which means he's going to get the Black Market Bounty, which gives us an extra Drake Blood Curse, and Hidden Agents, which gives us an extra D3 command points on turn 1. We're then going to give him our artifact, which is going to be the Drake Scale Cloak. That's a 5+ ward save. And then for our other hero, we've got another Blackheart Fleetmaster. He's going to be the General's Adjutant. And our Honoured Retinue is going to be the combat unit of 10 Blackheart Corsairs. Then we're going to have the Shooting Corsairs, another unit of 20 of them as well. Both the units using our 2 reinforcement points available. Then we've got 2 Kryptos, which become Battleplan. The orange one is going to have the Jutting Bones command trait, and the green one is going to have the Fell Gaze command trait. Rounding out the army, we have 2 Scourge Runner chariots, single model units, and that is the 1,000 points of Cities of Sigmar. Alright, and so we have our clan Pestilens army. Who's your general?
The Corruptor.
Yep. And he's going to have the artifact for the army?
Blade of Corruption.
Awesome. And then we've got your Plague Furnace. They've gone up points a few. 2 units of 20 Plague Monks using your 2 reinforcement points, and 2 units of 5 Plague Censer Bearers. Nice. And that is the Skaven army of clan Pestilens. And so, deployment all done for the Cities of Sigmar. We have the Kryptos with Felgaze on the far flank here. 20 Blackheart Corsairs with the dual hand weapons here, with our General and the Adjutant behind them. Remembering our General is the Lockyer Fellheart model. You can see there. And then we've got 20 Blackheart Corsairs with the Repeater Handbows, the Kryptos with Jutting Bones, and our 2 Scourge Runner chariots on that flank. Across the other side, we have the Vermlord Corruptor and 5 Plague Censer Bearers there. The Plague Furnace and the 2 units of 20 Plague Monks holding the center, and another 5 Plague Censer Bearers over on the other flank. Skaven finished deploying first, so they get to pick who has the first turn. Who's going to go first?
You can go first.
Cool. No worries. Go into Cities of Sigmar, turn 1. So, start of the Cities of Sigmar turn. First of all, I'm going to get D3 command points on my first turn. Another 2, so I'm going to go up to 4 for the turn. And then we're going to choose my battle tactic. I'm going to go with Seize the Center for the battle tactic for the turn. And so, start of the turn as well, we're going to roll the dice to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which one is the primary objective. 5, so that one over there counts as 2 objectives for the battle round instead of 1. So when we count up how many we've got, that one counts for 2. Alrighty, so heroic actions. I'm going to choose to try and generate a command point. On a 4+, I get an extra command point. I do. So that is a command point that my general can use. And then he's going to use heroic command as well, trying to generate an extra command point for his general on a 4+. He does not, so no extra command point for you. With that, though, that's heroic actions. Hero phase is non-existent. I have no wizards. So we're going to go into movement, and we'll come back after all of that is done. Alright, so end of the movement phase. What have we done? We've moved up the blob of 20 over here with our 2 Fleet Masters, the General and his Adjutant behind. And then we've also got the Kryptos over there as well. With Felgaze, the other unit has moved up, along with the Kryptos with the Jutting Bones and the 2 Scourge Runner chariots have moved up as well. Alright, so we're going to shoot both of the Scourge Runner chariots at the Vermin Lord Corruptor. So we're just going to do them together because they've got the same profile. They're both in range with all their shots. So that means we're going to have 8 shots coming out from their repeater crossbows. 4 attacks each. 5s to hit. We've got 3 hits. And then we've got 4s to wound. 2 wounds, no rend. So your generic armor save.
Yeah, 4 up.
And then your 5 up.
Yeah, 1 rat.
Nope, so it takes 2 from the crossbows so far. And then we've got 4 shots coming out with their Ravager harpoons. 3s to hit. Now, if the unmodified hit roll for this attack is a 6, which we've got there, that's going to do mortals. These all hit though. And then 3s to wound. 2 wounds at -1.
Yeah, it's 2 5-ups.
Save 1, and then they become, so now 2d3 damage. The mortal wound plus d3 for the shot. For 3 5-up saves required. We'll take another 1. And with that, that's going to be the end of the turn for cities at Sigmar. I'm going to score 1 victory point because I control 1. Another victory point because I control 2. The primary gives me the 2 anyway. And I do hold more than you. Obviously, I've got some. You don't. And then I do have the most models within 6, so I complete my battle tactic, giving me a full 5 points for the battle round. Alright, so we're going into the Skaven Turn 1. First of all, heroic abilities. You're going to use the heal, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So 2d6, he's got to roll equal to or less than his bravery. He rolls less, so he heals d3. For 3, goes back up. All the damage I did to him didn't matter. I'm going to try and generate a command point again on a 4+. I get it. So the command point stays that I was about to lose, and you heal. So then we're going to go into the hero phase proper. You need to pick your battle tactic for the turn. So for battle tactic for the Skaven this turn, he's picked Seize the Center. Same one I did. So now let's go into the hero phase proper. Alright, so start of the hero phase, you're going to do magic with the Vermin Lord.
Yep.
Mystic Shield.
Yep.
5+ to cast. Goes off. I can't stop it, I've got no wizards. So he's got +1 save over there. And then we've got the prayer coming out of the Plague Furnace.
Yep.
Alright, so Plague Furnace is going to use Rabid
Yep.
with his prayer. 5 goes off, almost gets the Great Plague, not quite though. Which unit's going to take Rabid?
Just the ones you want.
Cool. With that, that's the end of the Skaven hero phase. So we're going to go into movement and we'll come back after all of that's done. Alright, so he's just finished moving his Vermin Lord Corruptor. He's moved the Plague Sensor Bearers, Plague Monks, and the Furnace here. I'm going to use Redeploy as a command trait now to redeploy one of my units. Cool, so we've just shuffled over the Blackheart Corsairs with their crossbows here. And then he's going to go back and finish his movement. And then finishing his movement, he's sent the Plague Monks from there around the flank of the Arcane Ruins here, coming up behind the Vermin Lord. With that, he's going to go into shooting next. Cool, shooting, so you're going to use your shooting attacks, your Prehensile Tails into the Kryptos there. Cool. 3s to hit when that dice stops rolling. All hit. And 3s to wound. So 3 at -1. Yep. These are going to be 5-up saves. Save 1, so I take 2. So charge phase, you're going to charge the Vermin Lord first.
Yep.
Yep.
2%, yep.
Yep. 7. Cool.
Like that.
Yep. He's going to go in there.
Yep.
Charging him on in. I'm going to spend another command point. I'm going to unleash hell. So our Corsairs are going to shoot now. So the champion, he's going to hit on 4s at -1. So he gets 1 hit. And the rest of these other 38 will hit on 5s. Just roll that one again. And then to wound, 4+. So you're going to make that many armor saves. That many armor saves, please. No negs. So this is just your 3+ save now because Mystic Shield. So fail 3.
Yep.
And then...
Horn rat.
Yeah. Why not? So take 3. So put that 3 back on you. You're having 3 damage on you. Don't care. Cool. So that's it for the charge phase. Now we're going to go into combat. Well, sorry, the charge phase as well now. And we're going to use the monstrous abilities. And so our monster abilities for the turn, both of us are going to use Titanic Jewel here. So let's go. The Vermlord gets to attack first. He's got +1 to hit thanks to Titanic Jewel. All right, so 9 attacks from the Vermlord, hitting on 2s. Missed with 1, and then 3s re-rolling thanks to his artifact. So you got a few re-rolls you need to make there. Well, in fact, 50.
Yeah, so.
And so re-rolls. All by 1. These are, what's the negative on these?
They're just damage,
no range. Cool. So these are 4-up saves. Oh, that's not going to be good. I failed 5. Damage D3, isn't it? Oh no, damage 1. Damage 1, so I take 5. Whew. Alright, so the Kryptos over here is going to fight back. He's down to 3 attacks with his Fang Tentacles now. 3s to hit. Thanks to Titanic Jewel, hits twice. And then 3s to wounds. 2 wounds at -1.
So 2 5-ups.
They become damage 2, so you got 4 5-up saves to make. Make 2, so he takes another 2. Then got the Spiked Tail D6 attacks. For 1, hits on a 3, misses. 2 attacks with the Clawed Forelimbs on 2s, both hit. And 3s to wound. 2 saves to make at -1.
Yep, 2 5-ups.
4-ups actually.
Right, 4-ups.
Yep. So failed 1.
The horn rat. So 5-up.
No, so 1 more, and then the handlers on 3s and 4s. Oh, 2 more armor saves, but these are at no negs. So 3 up. Save both.
Cool.
So that's it for combat. There's no battle shot to make. Although he does have some more wounds to do while we measure here. He's going to take the center ground from me. He's got 3. He's got more models because the furnace counting is 2 there. So you are going to get your objective, but the damage from the Vermlord first.
Up D3.
Oh, 4+? No mortal wounds from the Vermlord. So yeah, he is going to get his 2 points for his battle tactic. Now, how many models do I have? I think I've got the 5. Well, actually, monster. Why am I even measuring? So you're going to get 2, and then you're going to get 1. So you're going to get 3 victory points for the turn. So priority for turn 2. Got a 6. It's good. That means I couldn't have lost that because I got the 6. So, Sigmar, I'm going to take the turn, which means reset command points. So, heroic actions, I'm going to choose for the extra command point on a 4+. I do not get it this round. And you're going to go for the heal on your Vermlord. So you now actually need a 9 because the Kryptos makes -1 to your bravery characteristic. Yeah. So you roll a 9 or less. 12? Well, no, nothing at all. Kryptos is scary, apparently. So with that, battle tactic I'm going to choose for the round. Battle tactic for the turn, that's his general. So we're going to go slay the warlord for this turn. We're going to try and shoot that dude off the table. With that though, let's go into the hero phase. We're done because I have no hero phase. So movement, and we'll come back after all of it's done. Start of the battle round as well. 3, so it's going to be the center that counts as 2 objectives for the turn. Alright, so end of the movement. The only movement that really happened, the Kryptos with Felgaze, the 20 Corsairs, the General and his Adjutant all moved up. looking to go into the Furnace and the Plague Monks there. None of this can move. It's all technically in combat with the Vermin Lord. That one there doesn't want to move because I don't want to have to take Deadly. Pretty happy that he can see the Vermin Lord from there, so nothing really to do. Time to go into some shooting. Alright, so we're going to start with the Blackheart Corsairs shooting into the Vermin Lord. So we're going to need 4s to hit. However, these ones are going to hit on 3s from the Sergeant. Both of his hit. 4s to hit for the rest. And 4s to wound. And so 3-up save for Mystic Shield. And then any that you failed. So the Skaven symbol, unfortunately, is a 1. It's the only one of my dice that has the symbol, because G-Dub dice. And then you rolled a 1 again. So that'll be 2 wounds from the Corsairs on the Vermin Lord. That puts him on how many now?
7.
7?
No.
8. 8? Alrighty. So he's got how many wounds left? 4, I think.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. We're going to go with both the chariots into him now. We'll do one at a time, though. So we'll shoot with this chariot here first into the Vermin Lord. The crossbows, 5s to hit. And 4 to wound. Wounds, 1 armor save, no rends. So 3+. Saves it. Then the Ravager Harpoons on 3s, both hit. No mortals though. 3s to wound, both wounds -1. So this becomes a 4+. Failed 1, D3 damage. For 1.
Follow up.
No, so it takes another. And so I'm going to have to do the other chariot over here into him as well. So 4 shots from the crossbows, 5s. 3 hits. 4s to wound. 1 wound. No rend. Fails is 3+ and then a 5+. Nope. And then the Ravager Harpoons. Both hit. Both wounds, so -1, so 4+ save. Fails 1, so D3 for 3. 3 5-ups. Could we get him? 2. Yeah, that gets him.
12 exactly.
Yeah. That gets him exact. He gone. And charges, we're going to start with the Kryptos charging. So he's got a 9. So we're going to go over here. And then we're going to charge with the Blackheart Corsairs as well. An 8, that becomes a 9 because +1 from my banners. And we'll move them in and come back. Cool, start of the start of the combat phase. We've charged in the Corsairs. This is what they're like. Incoherency, we've managed to get a good enough charge where they can spread out. I'm going to elect to spend a command point to give them +1 attack from the Blackheart Fleetmaster. And then he's elected +1 armor save on that from all out defense. So I've used At Them You Curs and he's used all out defense. Putting him down to 2, putting me down to 1. With that, we're going to go into combat, and I'm going to pick the Corsairs first. And also, I'm going to pick to stomp with him as my monstrous impact. So on 2+, get it, D3 mortal wounds to the Plague Monks. So 3 mortal wounds to the Plague Monks, 3 just get squished. Alright, so the champion here gets +1 to hit. We're also getting +1 to hit because we're over 15 models in the unit, so that means we're going to be 2s on the champion to hit. He hits. The rest of the unit hits on 3s. And then we're going to be 4s to wound on these. That's wow, 1, 2. I'll put them to the side for now. And then we go again with our secondary weapon. Actually, my mistake, we gave them +1 attack, so we've got to go again with that. So that is 2 to hit for the Sergeant and another lot of 3s. And then 4s to wound. And then the secondary weapon for the Corsairs. 2 hits from the Sergeant. And 3s for the rest of them. But 5s to wound on these attacks. Still not bad. And so 6+ saves on the Plague Monks. Oh, you saved 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means we lose 5, 9 of them go down.
Cool.
You're going to remove the 9 in combat with the Corsairs?
Yeah.
Yep. So the 9 that are in range of the Corsairs are going to get removed. And so the attacks into the Plague Furnace, these are 3s from the rest of the unit. And 4s to wound on the first weapon. They're, what is it? They're 4s. Pop them to the side. And 3s to hit the second weapon. But 5s to wound. I wish I had that roll on the 5s, because that was a lot of 5s and 6s. Yeah, this is into the furnace. So these are 5s now. Another 3. So here are your saves. Plague Furnace +1 save.
Yeah, so
3 up.
3 up. Cool.
Fails 3.
The Horn Rat.
Yeah.
First one. Oh no, 2.
2.
Yeah.
Cool. So he takes 2 wounds. And so just picked which models we've removed for the Plague Monk unit. So now we've got 9 dice being rolled into the Kryptos. 6s are mortals. Does a mortal wound to him. It's a little bit anticlimactic, but your turn to pick someone to fight. So
yeah, I'm going to the monks.
Yep.
So I'll pull in.
All right, so the Plague Monks going back into the Blackheart Corsairs. 3s to hit. Remembering they've got +1 attack from Rabid.
Cool, so let's get rid of the ones that didn't do anything.
And 4s to wound. Remembering 6s give him an extra wound. And then 5+ save on the Blackheart Corsairs. We saved 1, 2. That's not bad. We're going to lose 3, 6, 9 of them are going to die though. Ouch. So the Kryptos are going to go into the Plague Monks. 4s to hit. This is what happens when we don't have our Titanic Jill. And 3 to wound, -1 on the Plague Monks. That goes straight through, I believe. Yeah. So it's going to be 2 dead Plague Monks. Just keep track of what we're doing. D6 attacks from my tail for 2. 4s to hit. 1 hit. And a 2 to wound. 1 armor save, 6+. Nope, so 1 more dead. Then 2 attacks from my clawed forelimbs, 3s. And 3s. 1 more dead Plague Monk, so that's -1. And then 2 attacks from the Candlers, 4s. And 4s. 1 more armor save at a 6+. Saved. But then you're going to get to bring... What is it? How many did I kill? 4?
Yeah, 4.
So where are we going to put their mortal wounds?
I'd have to go into these.
Cool. So 4 dice into the Blackheart Corsairs. 6s do mortals. Nothing. And it's going to be a Plague Furnace's attack.
Cool.
Alright, so the Plague Furnace attacking his big sensor on a 2+. Oh, D3 +4 mortal wounds for 5. Ouch. So we're just going to remove 5 Corsairs here.
Yep. 1 attack, 4s and 3s.
So the photed staff, 4s to hit. And 3 to wound. That's it. Brend.
Sorry, give me a sec. Rem 1, D3.
Cool, so 6 up save. Nope. D3 damage. For 3.
The photo blades, that's 6. 4s and 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4s to wound. So 1 5-up armor save, no rend on these. Failed it anyway. It's another dead Corsair. 2 left.
And the Rusty Spikes, so
Just D6.
D6.
Or 5.
Sorry, I gotta check the table. Hit.
2s to hit.
No.
So 2s to hit. Missed once. And then 3s to wound. Cool.
So 3.
I need at least 2 5-ups.
Red 1.
Oh, ran 1, so I need 2 6-ups. Oh, just. Corsairs are gone. And so that's the end. Plague Monks there are immune to Battle Shock thanks to the Plague Furnace. That's going to be it for the turn. I'm going to still control this objective. You're going to control that one, which counts as 2 though. So that does mean that I don't control more than you. So I control 1, control 2, that gives me 2. And I get my my battle tactics, so I get 4 for the turn. So I'm going to try and, you know what? I'm going to do my finest hour on my general, just in case you decide to try. Or, no, we're not. I'm going to use my command point, generated command point. I do not. Should have gone finest hour. You're going to try and heal. Now, we're just going to measure up to see where that furnace is, because you can actually be negatived. So yeah, you are going to be -3 to your bravery characteristic. So that drops the furnace down to a 7. 9 does not do it. So you cannot heal. So that's heroic actions. You've got to pick your battle tactic for the turn. Alright, so he's going to go for Slay the Warlord this turn. He's going to try and kill my Blackheart Fleetmaster here. With that, let's get going. So your hero phase proper, you've got your prayer to cast.
Yep.
Now, alright, so he's going to try and use Rabid with the Plague Furnace. 6, it goes off. That's Great Plague as well. What Great Plague are we going to pick?
Give me a second.
Alright, so he's picked the Great Plague, the Redmaw Plague, and he's chosen to put it on this hero. Well, he doesn't really have a choice. It has to be the closest. So my Adjutant is affected with the Redmaw Plague, and those Plague Monks back there have Rabid on them. That's it for hero phase, though. We're going to go into movement, and we'll come back after all of it is done. Alrighty, so that is end of movement. So we've moved up these little Plague Monks. Probably just chuck him there. Now they're in the 3. The Plague Censer Bearers over here have moved as well, and the Plague Monks moving up behind there as well. That's all the movement. No shooting to speak of now, so let's go into that charge phase. Just in time, we completely forgot we didn't move the Plague Furnace, so it's moved up as well. Alright, so charges. Plague Furnace starting. 5, sees it in. So you do your impact hits with the furnace. You only technically do it to him because that's a friendly model.
Actually,
So,
2 couple charges, yeah.
So the Plague Censer Bearers over here are going to be charging into the Scourge Runner. 11, they're in.
Cool.
And so they've ended their charge like so. We've got the Plague Censer Bearers, over here charging. 6.
Yeah.
So they're just going to go into the back of the Kryptos there. Whoop. So destroy the terrain on the table. And the Plague Monks at the back charging. Doing something big. Oh, 9. That's going to be, I reckon that's in. Yeah. So 9-inch charge on those Plague Monks. Alright, and the Plague Monks have finished up their charge like that. So with all that, start of the end of the charge phase, I get to use the monstrous abilities. So I've got the monster here. We're going to choose to do a stomp. So on a 2+, I get to do D3 mortal wounds to a unit near me. I'm going to do D3 mortal wounds to the Plague Censer Bearers. For 2, so 2 of them just get squished. Cool. So first of all, your sensor. Which model are you picking to attack? The general, obviously.
Yeah, the general.
Cool.
So on 2.
Oh no! I mean, all I imagine is him like going all, you know, like Naruto elf, jumping on it or dodging it somehow. But your attacks, the Photed Staff.
Yep. So 1 attack, 4s and 3s.
Hits. Wounds. So -1 on this. So yep. I've got a. That means my save on a Blackheart Fleetmaster is now going to be a 5+. Failed.
D3.
For 1, I've got a 5 up after damage save or ward. Nope, failed, so I take a wound. And then 6 attacks.
Yep, photo blades. So that's
4s. Oh. And then 4s. Oh, all go through. So 4+ save. Failed them all. Ouch. So 5+. Failed them all. I've got 1 wound left.
And the Rusty Spikes.
2d6 attacks. 6.
Sorry, just give me a sec. Hits on a 2. Got a 3. And 3s.
I've got to pass both of these. 4+. This needs to be a 5+. It's not. General's dead. He's gone. Now you can't actually kill him because technically he's a friendly model. Yep. So he just stays there. But my general is dead. I'm going to pick someone to attack with. I'm going to go the Kryptos, obviously, because I can't actually pick him. So the Kryptos is going to go into that other unit of Plague Monks. So we're going to start with 6 attacks into those Plague Monks. 4s to hit. Oh, that's nice. And 3s to wound. 3 armor saves to make. Oh wait, no, they're all round 1 anyway, so they ignore your armor, so that's just 6 dead Plague Monks.
And that was into this.
Yeah, into the big blob.
Yep.
Then D6 attacks from my tail. 4. 4s to hit. And then 2s to wound, so 3 armor saves. You do get armor on these ones, 6 up. So that's another 3, so that's 9 in total now. Then 2 attacks from my clawed forelimbs, 3s. And 3 to kill. Nope. And 4+ from the handlers. And 4s to wound. Nothing. So it is just the 9 that die.
Cool. Take it from the front.
Yeah, making sure he's taking the models that are within 3 inch, so he's going to get to roll 9 dice back at me. And so rolling 9 dice back out to play the Kryptos. So he does a mortal wound. So that's 1 wound on the Kryptos. And then it is just your models to attack now because, as mentioned, not a friendly model for me this turn. Right, so the Sensor Bearers attacking first. They're forced to hit, re-rolling though, thanks to being within range of a Plague Monk unit. And so re-rolls. That's another 3. And then 3s to wound, correct?
Yep.
So it'll be 4 at -1. So these are 5 up armor saves. Saved 1, so I take 3. That pops me down to pops me up to taking 4. Alright, so the Plague Monks are both piled in. We've just piled in both units at the same time because they've got the same. Remembering they've got Rabid, and Charge, so we've given them the extra attacks. All the dice are in the cup, so he needs 3s to hit. And 4s to wound, wanting 6s though. So you've got 2 6s. And saves, these are on a 4+ for the Kryptos. And wow, he rolled really well. He takes 2. So it puts him up to 6. However, he did slay models this battle round in combat, so he's going to heal D3 at the end of the combat phase for 2. So those Plague Monks literally did nothing. Back to 4. Battle Shock, what's the range on the Furnace? We completely almost forgot this little fight behind the building here. So the Scourge Runner is going to go into the Plague Sense Bearers. 2 attacks with the Hook Spear, 4s to hit, both hit, and 4s to wound. 1 wounds, so 1 armor save, no rends. 6+?
Yep.
No. Kills 1, and then 4 attacks from the horses. So these are going to be 4s to hit, 3 hits, but 5s to wound. Nothing. It's just a 1. Cool. And so they get to attack back. So they've got 3 attacks apiece.
Yep.
No rerolls on that unit though.
No, 2.
So the Plague Sense Bearer is attacking back now. 4s to hit. No rerolls though because he's not near a Plague Monk unit. And 3s to wound. So just 2.
2 and 1.
Round 1. So these are going to go to a 6-up save. Which I save 1, so damage 1.
Yep.
Cool. Just take a wound. Alright, so Sense Bearers, their effects. So first of all, we're going to go with this unit here on a 4+, he takes 1. On a 6, he takes D3. This is the same for all the units we're going to be rolling this for, so nothing. The Furnace, though, will affect him because it affects all non-Clan Pestilens units. No, it apparently doesn't. And then over here into the Scourge Runner does. So 1 mortal wound on the Scourge Runner. So Battle Shock over here for the Sense Bearers, they lost 1, but they're also in range of Kryptos, so it's another -1. So he wants a 3 or less. He got a 3, they're fine. That equals their bravery of 5 with the bonus, with the negatives. That's going to be it. We're going to work out points. He did get his 2 for the battle tactic for the round. You're going to control this one now. And I'm pretty sure you're going to control this one now. Have a measure. I've got 1, 2 models. Are any of those Plague Monks there in range? They are not. So 2. You control the last, so I don't take it off you. So you're going to get 1 point there. That's 3. So you're going to get the full 5 points for the battle round. And priority for turn 3. Cities, got a 1. Anything but a 1's good for you. You got a 3. Are you going to take the turn? Cool. So going into a double turn for the Skaven. We'll go into heroic actions. I'm going to choose to use my finest hour. On my Fleet Master, he's going to use finest hour. Might as well use it now. What are you going to do? Try and do the heal?
No, I'll probably do the finest hour as well.
You going to do finest hour?
Yeah.
On the Furnace, just make sure that dude dies.
Yep.
Knowing how close, because if you don't roll the 1, there's a good chance he does survive. So, yep. Both of them using finest hour. And, yeah, that'll be it. So we'll go into hero phase proper. So for the battle tactic as well, he's going to go break their spirit, which has to destroy 1 unit in my territory. So, pretty sure he's going to try and kill him. With that, let's go into the hero phase. He's going to try and use his prayer. What does he want to use this turn?
Rabbit again.
Rabbit on the same unit of Plague Monks. Yep. 1, no, he takes a mortal wound. Actually brackets him too.
Yeah.
Movement, you've actually got no movement unless you've got any retreats. Anyone retreating?
Nah.
No. So that means no movement, no shooting, no charges, straight into combat. Well, charge phase, I am going to use my monstrous ability. I'm going to do the stomp again on a 2+. I do, so I'm going to do D3 mortal wounds to the Plague Sense Bearers. 4-2, so another 2 of them go curse splatter. Cool. This unit of Plague Monks here is going to attack first. We know they're somewhat out of coherency in the look. They're technically like right next to each other, but you know, terrain going to be terrain. So he's got 2 attacks each with them only though, because he didn't get Rabbit and they didn't charge. So 2 attacks a model for them. Means he's going to have 22 attacks or something like that, I think. 3s to hit. And 4s to wound, wanting 6s though. So you got 6. That's not what. And then 4s. That's it.
It's not good.
So that is my armor saves. There are 8 armor saves to make. 4+. Saved 3, so I'm going to take 5. Puts me on taken 9. Alright, so the Kryptos, we're going to do the dangerous thing of splitting our attacks. I'm going to put the fanged tentacles and the spiked tail into them, and the handlers and the clawed forelimbs into him. So let's go with our 2 attacks from the fanged tentacles. 4s, I miss both, of course I do. And then D6 attacks from the spiked tail for 4. Hitting on 4s. That's better. Wounding now, though, on 6s. Nothing. So the Plague Monks are fine. The clawed forelimbs, 3s to hit. Both hit. 1, so I killed the Plague Sensor Bearer. And that's that for him. You get to pick someone to fight. Pretty sure you go in here now.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that up.
First of all, 2 up. Does he just splat my hero? He does. It doesn't matter. Oh, he's taken 3. So how many damage does he do? No, I hadn't bracketed him just yet. So he does D3 plus 4 mortal wounds, which, you know, even if he rolls a 1, that kills my hero. So he's got his battle tactic for the turn. And now you've got your last 4 Plague Monks to go. So 8 attacks from the Plague Monks, 3s to hit. That's that. 4s to wounds. Wanting 6s though. That's 2 6s, so that literally means all the dice are fine.
Yep.
Because your 2 6s, put them back in. 4 up save. No, Kryptos goes down. And that is that for combat. Once again, we almost forgot this fight, so I do have my chariot. 2 attacks from the riders, 4s to hit, 1 hit, and a 4 to wound. Wound, so 1 6-up armor save, please. Fails, so that's 1 dead. Then the horses, 4s, nothing. So 1 dies. And then the remaining 3 have 6 attacks back. Fours to hit.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's 4s. Yeah, 4s and 3s.
Got 1 hit. And 3 to wound. Nothing. So that will be a battle shock test. Once again, a 1, 2, or 3, you are safe. 6, that means 3 flee, which is, yeah. The most fearsome chariot in all the mortal realms. We completely forgot, but that is the primary objective for the turn. So he does get more objectives, so he gets the full 5 points once again for the Skaven. Going into Cities of Sigmar, though, turn 3. Heroic action? Well, I don't get to do any because I've got no heroes left. So are you going to try and heal your furnace?
Yeah, sure.
He's now going to be rolling off his base bravery. So 2d6. 7, so he heals D3 wounds. For 2. So it goes back to 1. Right, so for my battle tactic for the turn, I'm going to go broken ranks. That is one of the units in his starting army I need to destroy. Which is any destroyer unit pretty much in this. With that, no hero phase, straight into movement will come back after all of it is done. And so that is movement done. Got the Corsairs all in range, ready to unload, and we've moved up the 2 chariots and the Kryptos there, who unfortunately is only moving 5-inch a turn now. So with that, we're going to go into shooting. Right, so first of all, we're going to try and get the points chariot here into the 4-man unit of Plague Monks. So we've got 4 shots with our crossbows hitting on 5s, 1 hit, and 1 wound, so 1 armor save of 6+ on the Plague Monks. Nope, so 1 of the 4 here dies. 2 shots with the Ravager Harpoon, D3 mortal wounds, 3 to a wound, goes straight through. If it does, it does, so it's just going to be 2d3 of them die. Anything but double 1s, no, the 3-man unit dies. So that is my battle tactic complete nicely. And realizing he's not got many Plague Monks left on the table, this chariot's actually going to shoot them. So 5s to hit with the crossbows, hits once. Now I have to kill 2 Plague Monks. Doesn't wound, so now it's up to the Ravager Harpoon. 2... Oh, that was a 6. That totally was a 6. 3 wounds, so it's just going to kill D3. So I need 2. That gets him down to 9. So now let's see if I can take that Plague Furnace out. So, Corsairs now are going to shoot into the Furnace. So the Sergeant hits on 4s. He hits once. And the rest of the unit hits on 5s. Sorry, 4s. Because +1. And 4s to wounds. And armor saves for the Furnace now. No rends, so this is just going to be 4 up. And then he's got his... Wow, just that. Yeah. And then 5 up.
Horn rat.
That's better. Oh, wow. That made up for it. You take 3.
So he's on... Yeah, taking 4 wounds.
Cool. Gonna go into charges. Charge phase, Kryptos. I'm going to choose to Lash the Whip. This is an ability I can use with the Kryptos where the handlers effectively whip the beast into action. I roll 3 dice for my charge and I can pick the 2 that I want. However, if the roll is a triple, I don't move and I actually take a mortal wound as he eats a handler. So 6. So I'm going to pick, the 6 and a 2, making an 8, which means I will make the charge. And so my first thing to do, I'm going to pick the raw ability on a 3+. I'm going to stop your Furnace from being able to use command abilities. On a 3+, so you cannot use all out defense, all out offense, or anything on him. Can't receive or issue commands this turn. Alright, so we're going to go with the Kryptos first. He's taken 7, so this does mean he's only got 3 attacks with the Fanged Tentacles. So 4s to hit, 1 hit, and 3 to wound, nothing. D6 attacks from the tail for 1, 4 to hit, hits, and a 5 to wound, nothing. 3s from the clawed forelimbs, 1, nothing, wow. 4s from the handlers and nothing. He did absolutely nothing to you. And he's going to get smacked in the face by that sensor. I can see it. Alright, so the Furnace, D3 plus 3 on a 2+. Gets it, so D3 plus 3. That's 5. That kills the Kryptos.
Yeah.
That just kills the Kryptos, and that is that for the turn. And so we're going to go for priority for turn 4. I got a 6. You need that 6 as well. No. I'm going to take the double, and I'm pretty sure that's going to wrap up the game for cities. We'll roll and see what the primary is. 6. It's over there. Yeah. Effectively, that's game now because his Furnace can't move with the amount of Plague Monks he's got on the table. I'm just going to go shoot them off. And then literally just sit back and gather points that you can't get. So that's going to be game. It's going to be a victory to the Cities of Sigmar. Good game, mate.
Cheers, mate.
It was good. Nice. Well, thank you all for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, while you're at it, why not come chat more with us on Discord? We've got a link in the description of the video below to our Discord server. You can come chat with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming. Lastly, we'd like to give a shout out to everyone who helps support the channel in various different ways. First of all, to our Patreon members, Christian Weir, James Soren, Chaos Spawn, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, James Crowder, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, Tim Newman, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, MJ, and Dyna226. Thank you to, as well, our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Fire Titan, Steve T, The Real Zeop, Chris Wallace, Turriot12, Vinny, and Loch Lorick. And a special thanks to our artist who does all the channel art for us, Lady Witchfox Art, thank you very much. And to our Discord moderator, Xmorphic, you do a fantastic job on Discord for us as well. Thank you all, everyone, for watching. If you'd like to help support on Patreon or YouTube member or help support the channel in another way, you can do so by following one of the links in the description of the video to Patreon or YouTube members, or go buy some Sinful Gaming merch from our Teespring store, also linked in the video's description. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you again. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.